Terence John Terry Cooke, born 5 August 1976, is an English former professional footballer who played as a midfielder from 1994 to 2011. Born in Marston Green, he began his career with Manchester United, but struggled to break into the first team and had loan spells with Sunderland, Birmingham City and Wrexham before moving to United's local rivals Manchester City in 1999. He also failed to make an impact at City and again went on loan to Wigan Athletic, Sheffield Wednesday and Grimsby Town. The loan to Grimsby became permanent in 2002, but he only remained there for a year before rejoining Sheffield Wednesday for a season. In 2005, Cooke's career took him out of England for the first time as he joined Major League Soccer's Colorado Rapids. In 4 years with the team, he made more than 100 appearances, but he was deemed to be surplus to requirements at the end of the 2009 MLS season and released from his contract. As a free agent, he was picked up by Australian side North Queensland Fury, and 2010-2011 he played for Gabala of Azerbaijan. Cooke also made 4 appearances for the England under-21 side. Club career: Manchester United. Cooke, who was born in Birmingham and grew up as a Birmingham City supporter, came up through the youth system of Manchester United and scored the penalty that clinched the FA Youth Cup in 1995, but only appeared in 8 first-team matches with the club. Cooke was a part of the Old Trafford youth class of '92 alongside David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Gary and Phil Neville, Nicky Butt and Ryan Giggs. He made his debut in a Premier League match against Bolton Wanderers in September 1995, and provided the cross for a Ryan Giggs goal, and found himself being tipped for a bright future. He then scored in the second leg of United's League Cup aggregate defeat to York City at Bootham Crescent in early October. However, he only made 6 more games for the club. His first-team opportunities severely limited by the excellence of fellow youngster David Beckham, in Cooke's favoured position on the right-hand side of midfield. During his time with Manchester United, he was loaned out to Sunderland, Birmingham City, Wrexham and Manchester City. Manchester City. Following his loan spell at Maine Road, Manchester City subsequently bought him for £1 million in March 1999. Cooke was part of the City side that earned promotion from the Division 2 in the 1998-99 season, but lost his place in the team the following season, when City won a second successive promotion to reach the Premier League. While at City, he was loaned out to Wigan Athletic, Sheffield Wednesday, where he scored once against QPR, and Grimsby Town. Grimsby manager Paul Groves managed to make Cooke's switch to Blundell Park a permanent one, following his release from Manchester City at the end of the 2001-2002 season. While on loan, Cooke had managed to score once against Norwich in 3 appearances and did enough to earn himself a full-time position at the club. Cooke was a reasonable success with the Mariners, though his time with the club was overshadowed by an eventual off-field feud with his manager. Also, the signing of former Grimsby hero John Oster from Sunderland on loan had caused Cooke to lose his place in the team, as Oster successfully made the spot on the right wing despite the fact Cooke's overall performances beforehand made him one of the more impressive players in a struggling team. After making his move permanent, he only managed to score once, his strike coming against Burnley in the FA Cup. Cooke often found himself left out on the substitute bench, or not included in the 16-man selection at all. This despite vocal protests from supporters during the games. Grimsby were eventually relegated from the First Division, and at the end of the 2002-03 season, Cooke was amongst the number of players who left the club. Sheffield Wednesday. Following his release from Grimsby, It was the Mariners' relegation rivals Sheffield Wednesday who would benefit from Cooke's departure from Blundell Park. He signed a one-year deal with the club after playing out the 2003-04 campaign, at the end of which the Owls avoided relegation. Cooke departed the club and emigrated to the United States, Colorado Rapids. In 2005, Cooke signed with Colorado Rapids and scored 2 goals and had 2 assists during his first MLS season. On 1 April 2008, tabloid newspaper The Sun featured a story on the Rapids' 4-0 victory over David Beckham's Los Angeles Galaxy. Cooke captained the team in what was their first game of the season. Following his performance in the match, which saw Cooke score a goal and provide 2 assists, he was voted MLS Player of the Week. Cooke was waived by Colorado at the end of July 2009 to make room for the signing of Jamie Smith from Aberdeen. He was later invited to trial with league rivals Seattle Sounders FC in August 2009. Cooke trained with Nottingham Forest to regain his fitness and played in a reserve match against Coventry City. But manager Billy Davies did not offer Cooke a contract. North Queensland Fury. Cooke arrived in Townsville to trial with A-League franchise North Queensland Fury as a possible replacement for injured fellow Englishman James Robinson. He was signed by Ian Ferguson on 25 November and made his debut against Adelaide United on 28 November. He scored his first goal for the Fury on 13 February against Gold Coast United, scoring the game winner in the 83rd minute to give the Fury a 2-1 victory. After his short-term deal expired, Cooke left the Fury as the club fell into administration. Gabala. Cooke then joined Gabala of Azerbaijan, managed by Tony Adams, after making 12 appearances in which he scored 1 goal. Cooke then suffered a serious knee injury which kept him out for the remainder of the season, at the end of which he was released by the club. International career. Cooke has represented England at U16, U18 and U21 levels, but has never been capped by the full senior side. Honours. Club. Manchester United, FA Youth Cup, 1995. Individual. Jimmy Murphy Young Player of the Year. 1. 1994-95. Terry Cooke Career Statistics at Soccerbase.